Hi guys, good evening. Today we are going to be talking about expensive decorative mistakes with architect Manish Dixit of AUM Architects Mumbai. I'm just gonna be waiting. He's here already. Hi Manish, I can see you've joined. I'm just waiting for a few people to join in so I can invite you. Okay. Do that. Hi Manish.
Yeah, hi, Soro. How are you?
Hi. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, perfect.
Hi. So, good evening, everybody. We are super excited to present our sixth Insta Live session with Manish Dixit of AUM Architects. We're going to be talking about expensive decorative mistakes. Manish is the founding partner of AUM Architects Bombay. So, do follow us on at AUM Architects and Millennium Marbles to keep receiving our updates. Today, as I said, we'll be talking about expensive decorative mistakes, and we'll be touching upon things like what is the key expensive decorative mistake, importance of planning and decor, mistakes that people make with paint colors, importance of window treatments, overboard with going with designer goods, and ignoring scale and hurrying up. And some words of actionable advice from Manish himself. We want you to feel inspired at the end of the video, and if there are any questions at all, you can always, throw it at us during the session, or email, or talk to Manish later, or send it to me. So, without just love to talk about AUM Architects a little bit, Manish. Um, Manish Dixit's adaptive style of design
Hello.
has led him to be featured among
Hello.
100. Hi, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
sorry. I think I lost it for a minute.
No, no worries.
Yeah.
So, Manish Dixit's adaptive style of design has led him to be featured amongst the top 100 design luminaries in India and internationally. They've also done large-scale projects not only in India but also internationally. Under his tutelage, AUM Architects has completed rough about 460 projects.
Yeah.
Is that right?
We are touched 480 now.
480, wow. So there was,
Yeah.
I think, in a few days you've done 20 more
Yeah.
bits. Amazing. So he
Yeah.
also considers discourse of architectural and design education to the masses as of high importance. They are driven by the ethos of design, excellence, service efficiency, responsiveness, and a strong commitment towards all projects and scale. As for us, my name is Saurabh, and I'm the proud owner of Millennium. We have two factories in Silvassa and Shoolagiri, where we do 300 colors from 15 factories. We also have our apps on Play Store and the Apple Store, which you guys can download from. And yes, we've been in this for 20 odd years now. So without further ado, Manish, let's get into it.
Yeah, sure, please.
So,
Thank you for the
so
introduction.
yeah, welcome. So my first question, which is, everybody feels that, designing homes with luxurious goods or doing everything around them is the way to go. So what is the one key mistake that people make when,
Uh,
decorating the space?
Okay, first of all, I'm going to be very open about this discussion because I think it's a very difficult and thought-provoking topic that I'm going to talk about. And I'm sure most of my friends who are joining us for this chat, they are going to really relate to it some or the other way, but some of them are probably not even going to like it. So I'm going to be up blunt and because we do the same mistakes also many times. And that's how
Yes,
we
yeah,
we we, we learn from
learn.
that past. Yeah.
That's right.
So, having said that, I think one key factor is as a design process, I don't think so. You need your designs to be expensive. Smallest of the easiest things that you can ever do, it can be speaking about your design. So,
Okay.
that's the key factor about this particular discussion is, your designs not be expensive all the time. A great design is never expensive. So it's just that we add a little bit of just because it's expensive, it turns out to be a good design. No, that's not sometimes what mistakes that we do most of the time. So that's the key factor which I wanted to explain.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so, how the second question is, how important do you think planning is, and what things do people should keep in mind?
Okay,
I
so
mean,
and yeah, I understand. I think the most key important factor is as a designer, we need to understand the client's requirement. It's not our house, our office, our living space. So it's theirs. So understanding that key element is the most important criteria when you are doing the planning of any project or
okay,
any. It can be an interior, it can be an architectural project or whatever. But at the same time, that is something key element that we need to understand. Once you are able to get into the client's mindset, you can then create wonders.
that's right. So, you guys, if you have any questions, you can DM them to aumarchitects or Millennium Marbles, where we can answer them in depth. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram for future exclusive content. And these guys have a very wonderful design page, as I would like to appreciate. So stick
Thank you.
around and keep watching a live session. You're welcome. And for exciting information and some really cool takeaways, Manish, my next point I want to transition into is, what mistakes do people make with paint colors? Do they go too jazzy? Do they go overboard? Is there a colored palette to follow? Or every place has its own sense of doing it?
So I think it's not only about the paint color. I think everything right from your textures to your elements to your wall cladding, whether it's a marble cladding or even a veneer texture design. So I think we need to know when we need to stop the design element. So the minute you understand that, I think paint, they play a crucial role, because at times a blank wall, a white colored wall can look good by itself if you're going to have the surroundings which are blending with it perfectly. So that's a
That's
critical factor that a designer needs to understand. So yes, many times in the past it has happened in such a way that the entire room ambience that we have created has got a little darker tone, which is not used often. But then that is the
that's
design
right.
element. So the minute you know, you can focus and understand where you need to follow, in which direction you need to go. So you understand that what is the color, tones, and elements that you need to use appropriately.
Okay. Somebody just asked here a while ago that, what's your take on wallpapers? And
They are equally good. I think like I explained clearly right now, you need to. I mean, it's not that the last minute you come to the site and you decide, okay, let me open the color palette and decide which wall goes with what color, or similarly with wallpaper. I understand that the way we plan out, okay, I need to have a marble cladding on this particular wall or a wooden cladding. Why don't you plan the wallpaper or your wall colors at that point itself? Why wait till the last minute? Because that's the most uh, annoying decision that a designer has to take most of the times, and then trying to convince yourself and the client. Luckily,
Mhm.
we are having all these amazing softwares today, so we can decide the color palette and the mood board of the particular room in advance, rather than doing it the last stage of a project.
So you're
Yeah,
saying that all this should be decided together, the wallpapers and the paint colors and everything. It makes it the
exactly.
designing aspect and a flow much easier.
Yeah. Because I think your concept is expressed clearly at that time. Let that be
Right.
even a 5% color of, you can see the quite a bright color that we have used in our my own cabin. So
Right.
we
Yeah.
pre-planned it. It's not that the last night I opened the palette and I did that. So with that, when I
Mhm.
blend my rest of my veneer, my marble and things around, that really comes out to be a better organic design.
Okay. So my next question is, how important do you think window treatments are? So do people spend money on getting it custom made, or should it be like, say, prefabricated? What's your take on that? And
So I think that the critical part is to understand what is the use of the window, because fortunately, unfortunately, I'm coming from a place like Bombay where you may get outstanding view from your window, or it might be the most horrible thing you ever see. So
that's right.
to understand that how you are trying to use that window, the purpose of the window. So we did have recently one of the project. I think I even shared with you a couple of days ago.
That's
So
right.
the client specified very clearly the view is outstanding. It had almost like a 160-degree view from all the sides in the living room. So he said, I want to enjoy the view maximum. So It was almost like I think 8.5 meter long window with
Wow.
2.1 meter height. So we created that whole window just with 3 pane. We customized it. It took almost 3 months to manufacture it, and it got imported, and we had to lift it up from the balcony because it was a 23rd floor. The windows could not come through the staircase of the building. So we had a
Wow.
crane pulling it up. So
Wow.
it was very specific. I think out of the house, if you look at the total cost of that project, that window would have costed the client around 10%. But that's worth
Wow.
it because you know why you're doing that. There needs to be a purpose. At the same time, I did ensure and tell the client, you don't need to put your fabric curtains there because you're going to ruin the show of the window. So we gave them mechanized roller blinds, which were blackout when he did not need that sunlight coming inside his living room. So that sorted the whole purpose. And
That's
many
good.
times I have seen in the past that the clients, they spend a good amount of money in terms of the fabric in the in front of the window, your curtains basically. So when you're going to have such amazing fabric, really, do you really care about your windows as such? So, think about it. It's all supposed to be a user experience. So we need to understand exactly the way they talk about UX and IT today. We need to understand that even in our field.
Well, in the sense, if I can understand correctly, you're saying that every space, say a window treatment paint color, it's an own department in itself, and all has to be thought about, and it all just
Yes.
blends in together.
Yes, that's what is a good design. It's not
That's right.
just the glamorous element that we put bling bling all around that creates that. Yes, of course, you can have a style statement in terms of
Okay.
one particular light fitting or one particular wall mural which stands out, but then all of them when they are worked out in a planned, organized way, that's where it turns out to be the best design.
It's a little off topic, but I guess we want to be addressing questions that people are asking. So there's a question here.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, you know, Miss Ridhima, I think how to get more work in interior field, or how do you get work as a new interior designer? I don't know if you can just maybe help them out because they're our
I will,
audience, right?
I will, I will, I will. So I think the
Appreciate
best
that.
way to get work in interior field is whatever designs you are creating, whether it's in your college or the minute you pass out, every line should have a meaning. Because if you do that, you create amazing designs each and every time. Don't get lazy. Don't go on Pinterest. Don't go on Instagram and just copy paste what you see there. Because that's what clients they generally want to do. So let them do it because that's an inspiration for them. But then you should not be doing that. You have to create every design that comes out from your computer, your sketches should be a unique element by itself. That itself over time will speak about how to get more projects. You don't have to
Right.
really work hard.
And you create your own way of doing things. It's like a stamp. If this is done by OM, so it must be OM's place.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
people recognize. Right.
Yeah, no, no, but
So
no,
now,
trust me, that's something I would defer to, except because uh, probably you can see our Instagram page. No two designs are
yeah,
ever the same. So we
right.
ensure that we do create each project is like a piece of art for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, a certain thing understand. So now, going overboard with designer goods. That's my next question coming to that. So, do people go with, few statement pieces here and there, or do people go overboard designing with luxurious goods in a certain place, like a bedroom or a living room or a dining area or a couple of places, and then add their personal touches without obviously breaking the bank?
Yeah.
So, how do they go about that?
It's again we luckily with us with so many projects done so far we have a mixed bag of clientele. So some of them they like to have everything. It's exactly like how you and me we like to
Right.
wear clothes which are branded ones which are style statement or we like to be quirky. So that's a good balance that generally needs to come out. I don't foresee or I try to force my clients in that terms that okay, this is what you need to do. You need to get this, but yes, some places where it demands that you need to create a style statement, expensive, super branded product. If it demands that, you need to add it, and also it needs to fill in to the client's budget what they have planned in advance.
So my next question, Manish, is
I'm
ignoring
sorry, Saurabh. I'm
rules.
I'm 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 trying to keep my answer very brief so that it does not bore people who are viewing this.
So my, people are once you have the entire plan ready and everything, people are in a hurry to speed things up. So do you think you should wait to finish the entire decor, or hurry up? Some people hurry with the design, and also does proportion play a part in this?
Yeah, I think it does happen to us quite often in terms of we like to design everything till the scratch, till the smallest piece of decor in that project. We plan it the day one before we start any of the site execution work. But unfortunately, it's just a dream. It always happens that, midway through something comes up, something changes in the design elements, they keep cropping up, and that changes everything for us. But as much as possible, we love to do it the other way around. And when that happens, I think that comes out to be one of our best projects.
So, guys, we are at the end of our session. So we would like to take up any questions you guys have. Please type them out here. We can address them one by one if you have. You can also DM your questions to AUM Architects or Millennium. And I'm telling you guys, please follow us for our super helpful content. And as the interior architects that are watching this, you can always follow the page for inspiration. And Manish is always helpful. You can reach out to him. So go ahead and type around. So our rockstar architect Manish Dixit shares his words and for the wise or tips and tricks. Any final statements you want to end a session with and leave something the audience thinks about?
Yeah, I think it goes with my first sentence where I started this live session. Don't just follow brands. Don't just follow a product because you think that product is expensive. Expensive designs. Designs are not expensive. They are a piece of art. It can be anything that in the world you can think about. It can be the cheapest material that you are ever using. But so don't follow the non-standard rule book. Believe in what they are taught you in your design college and architecture college, because that's where the real form and shapes and the ideas they come out. But over time, I do understand that when you're in the industry, there are a set notion that a Rolls Royce or a BMW is your expression of your style. But no, that should not be, because as long as you're humble, I think pandemic has taught all of us how to be humble at the same time, be content and happy. So we should follow the same line, but with the whole world and the population which is turning around and changing the mindset of people, how luxury and how elegant things to be, I don't think so it's going to be that easy and possible, but we can at least train ourselves psychologically what true design means.
So, and thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you, Manish, for taking out the time for us. With your knowledge and expertise, I'm sure the audience here has a lot of tools in their arsenal that they can take back home, discuss it, and probably get back to you. I hope they do. So if you need a special consultation, Manish is available at AUM Architects, and do send him a message directly. Thank you once again, and enjoy your week.
Thank
you, Manish.
Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you so much for having me.
You.
Yeah, bye.